Guys, 5 years ago, 20 acres of land gives you 1 megawatt. Today, 5 years later, 5 acres of land, not 20, gives you 1 megawatt. Buy the land today, right now. Secure your financial future. It continues to perform better and better. The city of Lancaster, they discovered that, hey, we're paying 14 cents a kilowatt hour to Southern California Edison to power our city hall, our street lights and such. How much would it cost to build a solar farm? They found out it would cost them 5 cents. 14 cents? 5 cents. But instead of just building a solar farm, they created a company. The city of Lancaster started their own energy company to compete directly with Southern California Edison. Now, the city buys the power from their own company at 9 cents, giving that company a profit because that company is building solar farms at 5 cents. Then they allowed the residents to come in. Now they're looking to sell to the city of Palmdale, the adjacent city. They want to sell all the way up the western seaboard, all the way to Seattle, Washington. They're competing with Southern California Edison. What are they going to need more of over time? You guys got it finally. Before I asked that question, you guys were going, what? Cash flow? No, land. Land. That's what they're going to need more of. Apple, 2015, just signed the biggest solar deal ever. They spent about $1 billion for a 25-year power purchase agreement. Apple says, wait a minute, I can cut my costs right now and be able to see out to 25 years how much my cost is going to be, and it's going to be cheaper today and throughout the whole entire run. They leased the power from the solar developer. They didn't buy the solar farm, they leased the power from the solar developer. What is that solar developer going to go do? Go build another solar farm. Lease it to Google. Lease it to all of corporate America is shifting right now. Google's going solar. IKEA said they're going to be 100% renewable by 2020. FedEx, I mean, every single Fortune 500 company is moving towards solar because it cuts their cost immediately. And they can project their cost indefinitely. Make sense? What are they going to need more of? Land. Okay. Stanford University is where? Palo Alto, which is California. North or south? Northern California. Where is Stanford University? Because Stanford is 50% renewable right now. Where's their solar farm located? Palo Alto. Good guess. Someone else? Gotta be in a desert somewhere. Okay. Where else? One more guess. Lancaster. 300 miles away. Why would they build their solar farm there? Because it's hot, because the infrastructure already gave you the answer. It's the best place on earth to farm sunlight because of its unique latitude and longitude. They put the power on a grid. They have a meter that shows how much power they put on the grid. They have a meter that shows how much they pulled off the grid. They do the net difference. That's simple. They have already sold power successfully from Lancaster all the way out to Arizona.
Excuse me, how are they
Transmission lines. It hits the grid. They calculate how much hit the grid. And when you pull off the grid from up there, they calculate how much you pulled off. They go, okay, this much is free to you. This much you got to pay for it. It's real simple. The computer systems are fast. Really incredible.
Remarkable.
Pasadena. Where's their solar farm? Azusa. Where's their solar farm? Colton. Where's their solar farm? Colton. Where's their solar farm? Okay. Why are these cities that have tons of desert building in Lancaster? Gave you the answer before. Tell me why. Latitude and longitude makes it the best place on earth to farm sunlight. So what do you guys think that more cities and more places and more businesses and more utility companies are going to build solar farms? Where? Oh, okay. All right, common sense. Very good. Moving on. There's a high school district called the Antelope Valley Union High School District. They took 60 acres of land. Instead of building a high school, they decided to build a solar farm. They gave the land to a developer for free. The developer has to come in and develop it for free. Then they split the profits 50-50. For 20 years, then the developer goes away. And they keep 100% of the profit forever. That sound cool? If you have 60 acres or more, you can do your own deal like that. All right? This is the 60 acres of land that was purchased. So when you see this green icon, remember we talked about this. Beautiful Earth, this is the CEO of Beautiful Earth, Lex, Mayor of Lancaster, Rex. They're breaking ground on 2 19-megawatt photovoltaic power plants on 180 acres of land. 2 on 180 acres of land. Each of the power plants is going to cost $80 million. If there's 2 of them, how much is the total cost? $160 million. If you're spending $160 million on 180 acres of land, how much are you spending per acre? $160 million on 180 acres of land? About $900,000 an acre. How many people think that's expensive? That's a lot? Well, he says, which lenders find very appealing in the current market. Huh. So you have more room in your budget. You're making that much cash. So if I own the land, they're going to be spending a lot more than $900,000 per acre, aren't they? Right?
That's back in 2011, right?
That's back in 2011. Okay. Remember we talked about Beautiful Earth when you see this icon. Tuso is a Canadian company. They came down to Lancaster to build a solar farm. Why would they come from Canada to Lancaster? I gave you guys the answer. Why?
Best place on earth for solar.
That's right. Very good. Remember they built these 2 projects. This is about 200 acres, about 320 acres. That's about $500 million, $500 million already in play. Completed. 100% rolling. And solar farms coming in with 300 acres of land. S-Power, the #1 independent, privately owned solar company in the U.S. They say others see a desert, we see opportunity. These are some of the projects that S-Power has built. S-Power was recently acquired by 2 multi-billion-dollar companies, one that's from Canada and one that's from here. 2 companies had to buy them out. Pretty important, all right? So in 2012, this is what we knew about this particular area. In this particular area, they have really large transmission lines, perfect for solar. What else do we know in 2012? These are all the massive streets known as regional arterials. It's a big boulevard. Pacific Coast Highway is one of these streets. Century Boulevard going into LAX is one of these streets. Beach Boulevard, if you're from Orange County. Big streets. Any street with 3 lanes or more on each side and a speed limit of 45 miles per hour or greater is a regional arterial, and that's meant for heavy traffic flow, and the zoning is always commercial along that street. You guys get that? If you ever see a house on that street, it was grandfathered in. It was a lack of planning. It was there before the street was zoned. You guys understand? Okay. So we knew this was going on in 2012. We also knew that there was this Fox Hill corridor, which is 8,000 acres of land rezoned for commercial use, okay? And we also know in 2012 that the city rezoned this area for solar. People started coming in, hey, we want to build a solar farm. They're like, where should we put all this stuff? You know, the homeowners, they don't want solar farms inside of their home communities. They don't want, where should we put these guys? Let's just throw it out here. 10,000 acres of land. What were rezoned to commercial use in 2012? So we started telling our clients, you guys got to start investing in this area. It's about to blow up. All right? So what happened in 2012? Well, Cahillvania builds 425 homes here. Dyna Solar gets a project approved. Beautiful Earth gets that project approved. S-Power gets approved. S-Power gets approved. Tuso Solar comes in complete. Tuso gets approved. Photowater goes under review. S-Power gets approved over here. S-Power gets approved over here. S-Power over here. 2012. Crazy, right? How many people would invest right at this point? You would? Okay, watch. We'll see what happens. 2013 comes around. S-Power goes under construction here. S-Power starts to acquire all of this here, buying every 2.5 acre, 1 acre, 5 acre, 10 acre property they can get their hands on. They're doing what's called a consolidation, so they can build their next project. 2014, all this stuff. S-Power goes complete here. Dyna Solar goes complete. S-Power goes complete. S-Power continues their consolidation practice, buying every 2.5 acre, 5 acre, 1 acre, 10 acre pieces they can find.
So if you have to locate somebody who's got a 2.5 to 3 acre and a house on it, they're just going to bulldoze it down and it's going to be solar.
So many times.
Oh, that's
It's like, get out of here. Like, what is your house, 400,000? Get out of here.
okay.
Your house is on 2.5 acres. We're going to spend, what, $900,000 per acre. We're going to spend $2.3 million on this 2.5 acre lot. Your house is $400,000. Get out of here. Okay. Moving along. 2015. S-Power buys the land, puts it under review, gets it approved, starts construction, finishes construction all within 1 year. They're speeding up. What else happens? S-Power goes complete on this. S-Power buys this behemoth, $750 million. 1 mile by 1.5 miles.
That was my property.
That was, oh, you're going to buy right here? Oh, very good. Okay, I like that. You just missed it, though, by like 3 years.
I know, but I'm cashing out now.
Thanks. Okay, very good. All right. 2016 comes around. S-Power goes, Beautiful Earth goes complete. This goes under construction down here. S-Power goes complete. S-Power goes complete on this massive project. 2016, Lancaster, remember they had their utility company? They build their massive solar farm right here. S-Power goes complete right here. They buy it, prove it, all that stuff, all within 1 year. S-Power gets this massive thing. This is 1 mile by 3/4 of a mile. Just big, guys. This is, are you guys impressed by this?
Yeah.
Did I do all this work for nothing?
No.
This is incredible, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, very good. And it's all within this really cool little yellow box, right? Okay, very cool. 2017, what happens? They go under construction on this weird puzzle because they haven't yet acquired all the land. They're still buying every piece they can get. See, solar developers, they want big pieces of land. They want 60 acres, 160 acres, 300 acres, right? Right? But there's no more of those left. They bought them all, developed them all. Now they gotta buy the small guys. Does that sound good for someone like me or you?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Some people are confused. I'm doing the best I can. 2017, this goes under construction. 2018, this S-Power gets approved. Now, this project goes off the map beyond the ceiling because it's 2.5 miles long. It's like going from this yellow line down to this right here. That's how long this project goes. Incredible. This is 2018. This is where the map stops. Common sense. If you guys are going to buy in this location, where would you buy?
All around it.
All around it. So you would buy over here?
Sure.
Huh. Anyone else?
In the yellow box.
In the yellow box. How about here? Yeah? Cool, right? If you could buy any property, anyone, where would you buy it?
In the box.
In the box, where? I'm going to give you a clicker. You guys are going to point this out for me. You're going to push this button right here. You're going to tell me if you could buy any property,
I
where
know
would
where
you
it's
buy?
right in that triangle right where the green. Right there.
You would buy over there? Okay. All right. Fair enough. Someone else? Oh, press that big middle button right there.
How about right down in these black spots that they're having a hard time getting a hold of? They want them out of there, they want to develop it.
Okay. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me? Yeah, makes perfect sense to me. Especially if the people down there somehow don't know what's going on. Someone else? The middle, the big middle button right here. Yep, right there. Now, why would you buy that? Tell me.
Because they're going to need it.
They're going to need it. They're going to want to consolidate it. Okay. Someone else? Anyone else?
Aren't you competing against them? I mean,
Yes, you are. Who can get to it faster? Can they contact everybody?
Yes, they can.
They can, over time. Can you beat them? Are you motivated to get in there and make an offer? Or do you want to compete out here against one house, 50 offers? Or do you want to compete against one guy? One guy. Which makes more sense, guys?
One guy.
One guy.
It's a big
You know, I-
You want to pick where you would buy? You can buy any property? You want to pick? Push that big button right here in the middle. What would you buy? If you could buy it. Now, why would you buy there? Just one.
It's available.
It's available. What other reason? Why would you pick this area here versus over here, or over here, or over here, over here?
To complete the process, the way it's laid out, the vacancies.
Okay.
S-Power's going to expand.
Okay. That's probably going to expand. The big middle button. Where would you buy?
The crossroads, or the transmission lines.
Transmission lines over there. Okay. Very good.
It's a good one.
That's a good one, right? Everybody says okay. Guys, the answer is Anywhere in this yellow box is a great location. True? We talked about unearned increment. What does that mean again? You buy a property, developments come in, and it causes your value to go up. And what did you do to get that value? Nothing at all whatsoever. And what happens when a major development comes within 1 mile?
30%.
30% on average across the nation. It could be higher. What about if a property comes within 2 miles?
20%.
And 3 miles?
10.
10%. What happens if 6 properties come within 1 mile? It can go up a lot faster, right? Guys, really one of the best places that you would want to invest here that is a no-brainer is right in the middle. Right? You guys can invest in this property right now. This is one of the properties that our company has owned for a number of years. You could invest in that right now before it gets developed. Does that sound like a good idea?
How long have you
How
had
big
it?
is it?
Not sure. I'll have to go back and look at the records.
How big
It's
is it?
2.5 acres in size. Very large. 1 mile radius. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 projects within a mile. 2 mile radius. 3 mile radius, everything, because you're in the heart.
What's the buy-in?
What's the buy-in? What's the cost, right? Cheap. What do you think the cost is? Take a
What
guess.
did you buy it for?
Take a guess. Oh, substantially less, because there was nothing
But I don't
there.
know when you bought it, so.
But what would you pay for something like this? What is the value of something like this?
2 acres?
2.5 acres.
Did you buy it before 2012 or after?
Mm-hmm.
You did? Oh.
So what would you say though? What would you say the value is now?
Oh, that it's now?
Now. Come on guys, help out. What's the value of this property right now?
2 acres.
1.5.
1.5.
Acres.
Someone else?
5 million.
Someone else? 200,000. Someone else? Guys, someone else. Throw it out.
5 million.
5 million.
I said that.
No idea. It's pretty tough, right?
What's the terrain like?
Guys, you guys are all wrong. The value could be hundreds of thousands or $1 million. But to buy this property is under $100,000.
What?
It is literally cheap.
I'll take it.
Literally right there. If you guys want to know the exact price and how you can invest in this, come talk to me at our break. I'll be here. I'll take one-on-one meetings with people that have questions and such. Okay, moving along to something else.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why are you selling it?
Why are you selling it? Okay. Apple just became the first $1 trillion company. You guys know that?
Yeah.
Apple just became the first $1 trillion company. If it's so good,
I'm so excited.
why are they selling stock in their company?
To grow more.
To expand. What else?
To buy more property.
Guys, why would Apple sell stock in a $1 trillion company?
Expand.
They don't need your money to expand. They have too much. They have something like a couple $100 million cash that they can't even find where to put it.
They want to share the wealth.
They don't, yeah, right. Someone else.
They want to buy land.
Starts with a B. What is the largest brand?
Oh, branding.
Branding. If they were private, would you have heard of them? There's so many very wealthy companies that are privately held. But by sharing a little piece of their company, their brand gets out there. People talk. Go, hey, I bought this Apple stock. It was here, and now it's here. What do you think our clients do? Our brand is increasing rapidly because we're sharing these opportunities. Okay, good question.
Cost
Let's
of
move on.
marketing.
What's that?
Cost of marketing then.
Cost of marketing?
Yeah. You guys.
Marketing is... Okay. Next thing, guys. When the principal of this company started, he wanted to invest in this godforsaken place, and why did he do it? Why did he go to the coastal areas? Why did he go to Orange County and go inland? What was the reason? Because they were building a what? They were building a freeway. Okay. What was the last freeway that was built in LA County?
was the last one?
Freeway built in LA County. How do you get to the airport, LAX?
405.
The 105. Well, you can take the 405 as well. But the 105 goes right into the, right along the airport. You guys get that? When was the 105 built? 93, 25 years ago. Did you guys know that they're building the first new freeway in 25 years in LA County? It's already approved and funded.
Where?
You guys want to know where? But first I have a question. How many people knew that they're building a freeway that's already approved and funded? How many people knew this? Raise your hands, please. And you wonder why the land is still affordable. While everybody's fighting for that one little house for $800,000 that could potentially sell for $1 million if you rehab it. No one's fighting for the exits that are already zoned commercial. What are you guys doing?
We're not researching.
Common sense approach to investing, right? So what I did is I went down to the county's office and I said, since it's already approved, can you give me the approved maps? And I looked at the maps, and there's 14 exits. Do you know our company controls 9?
How many exits?
9. 14 exits total. So I pulled the map. There it is. There's one exit. Ooh. You know that the land right here is already zoned mixed-use commercial? So you can build Whole Foods, and then offices above that, and then condos above that. Zoned the same as downtown Los Angeles.
So you're saying Lancaster will become another big city now?
That's
They're
correct.
making like shopping centers all around the Silicon Valley of solar panels?
They're the ones spending $6 billion on the freeway. I just want to position myself so I can get unearned. Remember, you saw what a $2 billion stadium does. $6 billion here. So how many people think it's smart to buy at the exit zone commercial?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Bingo. Once they're finished building this project or this freeway, the value is going to soar.
Where the hell is it?
That's a good question.
If you guys want to know more about this project again, talk to me. I'll explain it to you. I'm going to be speaking in Long Beach. I don't know if you guys want to make the drive down to Los Angeles. I'll be speaking in Long Beach September 15th. You guys can come join me. If you enjoyed this presentation, I'm going to share so much more at this presentation than I could share here. I just don't have the time to do it here. If you guys want to know more about the projects that I just named, talk to my staff. If you work with me, please raise your hand. Raise your hands proud, high, so everybody, if you guys work with me. No, if you guys work with my team, raise your hand. Put your hand up. Put your hand up. This is my team here. My team back here. And these are my teammates back here. You can speak to any one of these fine people, and they will set an appointment with you today to meet with me briefly on these projects. I can show you guys what the cost is, how easy it is to get started. But everybody can do this. This is a common sense way of investing. Thank you guys very much for your time. I'm Christopher Meza.
Okay, Chris, thank you very much. That was a perfect example of education at its best, because I'll tell you, he said some things here that probably none of us knew. I don't know. I've been doing real estate for 40 years. I have a website here for the Personal Power Project. It's all about solar and everything else. I had no idea what was going on in Lancaster. This is like incredible. So, you know, thank you, Linda, for bringing Chris in here.
Yes.
That is a wealth of information for all the people who thought, oh, Lancaster, you know. We've got a whole new look of what is going on there. So we're going to have a quick little introduction of a number of speakers that Linda wants to do, and then we're going to get Paul up here, Paul Fink. So Linda, who's the first person you want to get up?
Wonderful. I'd like to introduce the sponsors who have made this event possible, and they're going to be speaking a little bit later too, and then that way you can know exactly what their service is and what they can help you with. So Raul, why don't you come on up? we have Mr. Raul Avila joining us from Los Angeles. He is here to help you with any financing that you may need. So if you need some financing, he's the perfect candidate for you. Go ahead, Raul.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Raul. I'm president of the Applin Group. I've been an experienced investor for 32 years. I used to do my own rehab projects, from fire damage to abandoned projects to gang houses to everything. So with that experience, I was able to obtain a credit line of $100 million for my own acquisitions. I don't have enough acquisitions to do that, so what I've done in the last 3 years is provided the program to other investors so that you can utilize our program. We basically lend 85% of the purchase price, 100% rehab included, as long as it doesn't exceed 75% of the ARV. More importantly though, I bring experience, so I'm just not doing a loan, I'm bringing my experience as an investor. And in doing investments, there's issues, there's problems. There could be title issues, there could be escrow issues. So I help a lot of investors put those deals together. I can provide a credit line to each of you that are doing the rehab deals to provide and get more acquisitions in a very aggressive program. So I'm here basically to educate and help and let you know that in the future, I can assist you in your acquisitions to get more funding so you can acquire more properties, which is what we're here to create more wealth. So I'm very excited to be here, and thank you much, Linda, and I'll be speaking at about 1:15 this afternoon. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Wonderful. And joining us from San Diego, we have Overland Fund. And Overland Fund is here to talk to you about business lines of credit as well as credit restoration. So take it away.
Hi guys, my name is Chris Peasons. Nice to meet all of you guys. Listen, what we came to talk to you guys about today is it's more or less a new way to approach funding your deals. We've established more or less a concierge service that'll take you from the credit optimization process through funding your deal for real estate into personal and business lines of credit. All too much, if any of you guys have ever flipped a house, you get into a home and you realize, oh crap, new electricity needed, new plumbing needed, things like that. Most people get in over their heads. These personal and business lines of credit are great buffers. They're great ways for you to have a little bit of extra operating capital, just in case of all those unforeseeables that we all encounter in the real estate game, right? So it's more or less just not funding your deals or optimizing your credit. It's going one place for everything and knowing that you've got years of support backing you. Other than that, we're going to be speaking this afternoon, I think about 3:25. I would love to see all you guys there. We've got a lot to talk about, and I think all of you would probably value a lot from that.
Sounds good, wonderful.
Thank you.
And they are here. They have a booth in the foyer area, so be sure to speak with them in between during the breaks. Also, I'd like to introduce a local investor who's sponsoring this event. Lucette, come on up. She's with Sterling Sites, and she is your local investor.
Hi everyone, my name is Meza Profant. I am the owner of Sterling Sites. We are a design and construction company, and we have a very honest and experienced contractor and crew. So if you want to know what a house is really going to cost you to flip, give me a call. We're happy to do free consultations in Santa Barbara, and we're available to flip a house anywhere in the United States as long as it makes sense. I'll be here back at 4:25. We're going to be talking about how using a one-stop shop such as ourselves can really save you money, and we work long hours and get that house back on the market, make some money for everybody.
Awesome.
Okay.
We also have Jeremy Rubin, the friendly flipper here. Shanaz, do you want to say a few words?
So I work for Jeremy Rubin, and we teach how to flip houses. He is a local investor in Santa